Yes, ma'am, we can. Yes.
Very good morning, one and all present here. On behalf of Department of Management Studies, DBJC College, Chennai, I warmly welcome all of you to the fifth day interdisciplinary workshop on the topic New Education Policy. We begin with a small introduction of our chief guest, Dr.s.Ganapathy, Head Department of Corporate Secretaryship, SA College of Arts and Science, Chennai. He is a multi talented personality. He has remarkable experience in both teaching as well as corporate. He has completed his doctorate and MPhil in our esteemed institution, DBJC College, Chennai. He did his UG and PG at Guru Nanak College. He has also completed MBA in finance. He is currently pursuing MA Mass Communication and Journalism. He got many rewards and recognition. I would like to mention few. He has obtained Best Academician Award at Guru Nanak College. He has completed 3 Kaizen projects as a process improvement at Ford Motor Company. He has received Best Employee Award at Ford Motor Company. He has received 2 times a Team of the Quarter Award at Ford Motor Company. He has also received Best Paper Award at International Conference held at DG Vaishnava College. He has published more than 30 research articles in Scopus and UGC listed journals, and more than 50 papers were presented at various national and international conferences. He is expert in many areas like banking and finance and NAC aggregation process, etc. He has organized more than 8 seminars and conferences as a convener. He also arranged and organized more than 100 plus lectures to the faculties and students. He acted as a resource person for webinar conducted by various institutions. He is expert many areas like banking and finance, NAC aggregation process, etc. Thank you so much, sir, for coming during your busy schedule. Once again, I welcome you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would like to invite the most honorable personality of this morning, Dr. S. Ganapathy sir, Associate Professor and HOD, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, SA College of Arts and Science, Chennai, to take and hand the topic New Educational Policy.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Respected Secretary, respected Principal, respected Professor in charge, Dr. Shaktivel Murugan sir, and my friend, Head of the Department, Dr. Narmada ma'am, and all the faculty members of Management Studies at DBJC College, and all other department faculty members, and the participants from different colleges across India. A very good morning. So I thank Dr. Narmada ma'am for giving me an opportunity to talk on the topic New Educational Policy. So I'm going to share my screen. I hope. Hope my screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Just, yeah. So new education policy. See, as you all know, day before yesterday, I think we got some of the the international agency have given revealed the top 200 universities across the globe. So unfortunately, our Indian education institution were placed at 180 plus. I believe IIM, IIT Delhi, Mumbai, and as well as ICSE at Bangalore. So only these three institutions in top 200. It's almost 185. I think it's between 185, 186, 189. It seems. So it again reveals that our education system, it's not competing with the global education system, right? So our previous policy which was introduced in the year 1986. So it took almost 34 years to upgrade, the next revision. When it comes for the policy, where 1968, 86, and now 2020, it's almost 34 years since the changes made in our education policy. And I believe this 2020 policy brings a lot of, it's a detailed one. And I am going to give you only the, major key takeaways from the policy. Actually, it runs to somewhere around, 80 plus pages of the new education policy. So I have taken up, I have classified into two categories. One for, phase one pertaining to school education, and phase two, it's pertaining to higher education, that is after schooling. So, sorry. So what is the changes that they are going to make in this curriculum and pedagogy in school education? So now they are classified into foundation, preparatory, middle, and secondary. That is 5 years. Still 5 years, it will be considered as a foundational. The next 3 years going to be the preparatory. The next further 3 years going to be the middle, and final 4 years seems to be the secondary. So in this new education policy, they just talk on multidisciplinary approach. Like do not stick on to one particular area. So they want that is we need to compete with the global education. So the two major things that we are lacking, the vocational education and the research part. We are very poor when it comes for vocational in schooling as well as in the higher education system. We are not teaching them the vocational, we are just, I'm going to show that is only less than 5% of the students group, they are technically sound in vocational compared with other countries. So, their main there is theme of this policy to to inculcate the vocational and as well as the research part. So when it comes for 5 years, initial foundational 5 years, I can see here. Okay, initial foundation 5 years, till the age of 8 years, there is still there is your pre-KG, UKG, LKG, and UKG, and till your second standard, which forming part of your foundation. Okay, more activity based. Okay, and the next is age between 8 to 11, that is class 3 to 5. Class 3 to 5 is between age 8 to 11, and class 6 to 8 is age between 11 to 14, and 9 to 12 is between age 14 to 18. So it's not that much changes when compared with previous academic structure, but only thing what you are going to teach them earlier, there is no classification of foundational, preparatory, middle, and secondary. And from the age 8, that is from class 3 itself, they are going to teach very basics on this vocational part. And when it comes for class 9 to 12, that is ages between 14 to 18, they are going to teach on a basics on creative, logical, and to some extent on research too. So this is what the pattern of the schooling pattern. But anyway, the ages and everything seems to be the same. At the age of 18, you will complete your +2. The same pattern in previous structure, but only thing, the classification done in 4 different dimensions: foundational, preparatory, middle stage, and secondary stage. So you can see the classification here. As I said, in secondary, the students that is from class 9 to 12, they are going to more multidisciplinary approach. They are going to study the different areas of like they have introduced STEM, STEM. I'm going to tell you what is that STEM. Okay, it's a science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And when it comes for a science, it inclusive of like arts and humanities. So all such things they are going to study in their secondary stage itself. Not they are going to study in the college, that is higher education. They are going to take it forward from their secondary stage itself. So when it comes for multilingualism and the power of language, already there, the three language concept where Tamil Nadu, they are not against this three language formula. But anyway, see, we should not go politically. I'm not going to talk on that. The medium of instruction till grade 5, it's preferably on your home language, mother tongue, local or regional language. And even it can extend even further. Okay, but when it comes for employment opportunity where you have to rely on English, so that like nowadays due to that LPG concept, liberalization, privatization, and globalization, where we are forced to learn communication in English. That is very much relevant, because when after completing your graduation, most of the people going for BPO, KPO, IT, ITES, where where your home mother tongue. See, I'm not against the mother tongue or home language, because that is very much required. But when it comes for employment category where you need to learn English, that is mandatory. So where we need to at one point of time where we have to convert into the learning a medium of instruction in English, because that is very much required. So doing what's right, so right or wrong, that we need to teach them from schooling as well. A certain important part is as you all academician, you all know the NAC accreditation process. Even the gender sensitization, where NAC is insisting on gender sensitization program for for the community, for the school students, for the college students, for the neighborhood community as a whole. So you must know, or you must teach them the gender sensitization programs. And lot of this I have taken a very few. There are a lot more to teach them. You need to teach them on patience, because nowadays the younger generation, the people are not that much patience. They are not listening at all. So you need to teach them the patience. Okay, you have to teach them the patriotism, the equality, and very important, the disaster management, disaster response during nowadays. Now the COVID-19 seems to be a very important disaster across the globe. So how you are teaching your community, your neighborhood community, your students, okay, you are teaching fraternity. So so all such, I have given a very basic what is right, what is wrong, ethical decision, how to take a decision making skills to the students. So these are all where we need to teach them on the schooling part as well. So a new look and forward-looking vision for India's higher education system. So as usual here, you need to have two levels. One is standard level, one is higher level. Certain subjects where you need to study at a higher level, because that is your core theme. That is your core theme at higher level. And the standard level, say for example, as when it comes for not their specialization. If it is not their specialization, where they are studying in the multidisciplinary approach, certain subjects where they have to learn at the higher level. Some of the subjects it's at standard level, so they have classified it as a standard and higher level. And even the examination, the board examination will be there, the same pattern like in their 10th and +2, they are going to have their board level. So the main examination will be there, and they also have their improvement level of examination will be there. It is an given open choice to the question. There is open choice to the student. They can write main examination and as well as the improvement way of examination. And it again, when it comes for an assessment part, they'll be having an objective type with the multiple choice question, and as well as you'll be having a descriptive part. So multiple choice and as well as a descriptive part will be there when it comes for the assessment. So here again, the teachers part seems to be a very important, because now by 2030 they are going to introduce the 4-year integrated B.Ed programs across all the university. Now again, I'm going to touch upon how higher education, that is universities, there are a lot of nomenclature out there, right? Deemed to be an university, unitary university, open university. So all such going to be a reframing. They are going to reframe in the upcoming slides. It's going to be, I'm going to touch upon. So 4 years integrated B.Ed programs, and TET is there, teachers eligibility test will be there, and very important, the continuous professional development program. So it's a mandatory for the teachers where they have to take this 50 hours continuous professional development program every year, and it is mandatory that they have to take this certification, because like teachers also, they need to upgrade themselves. They have to learn new concepts, new pedagogical methods, teaching methodological, and how to frame the curriculum. Henceforth, the curriculum seems to be the teachers part, the faculty teachers, they are going to decide their curriculum. So for which they have to, it's a mandatory that they have to take this 50 hours of CPD, that is continuous professional development program, every year in schooling. So I'm not going to touch more on school, because we people from teaching, there is colleges, universities. So I'm going to touch upon more on this higher education system. As I said, the main concept is multidisciplinary. So all the colleges and university, they have to change their pattern, because nowadays, arts and science will be there. You'll be having a separate engineering college, and very important, this policy is not applicable for medical and law. This policy is not meant for medical and law universities. This is meant for I can take an arts and science, engineering people. So henceforth, there won't be you are going now. There will not be any engineering college. There won't be any arts and science college, like kind of thing. You are going to have a one single university or a college. So when it comes for university, definition will be there. I'm going to talk in the upcoming slides. So moving towards faculty and institutional autonomy. So as I said, the faculty, you are going to be the deciding, you are going to decide the curriculum and the institution. Henceforth, there is no affiliated university. Now, as I said, DBJN is an autonomous institution. There are a lot of other college where they are affiliated to University of Madras. University of Madras will give the syllabus, but henceforth it's going to be where institution itself going to be the framing the curriculum. So all you are going to revamping your curriculum up to the standards of global. So where for research, they are going to establish a National Research Foundation in India. I think already they have started National Research Foundation, where, as I said, the two major part where we are lacking is multidisciplinary and research. That is where new education system, they have brought in more importance on research. Our people, we are not investing a huge amount in investment. That also I'm going to share in the upcoming slide. So single regulator for higher education system. So now we have UGC is there, AICT is there, all the universities there. Henceforth, you are going to have a one single regulator for higher education system. And they are going to introduce open distance learning. At any age, now we have this correspondence education system is there. Now they are going to reframe it as ODL, that is open distance learning. At any point of time, you can take this course, but it is up to the standards. Okay, nowadays I'm sorry, I'm not criticizing. When you go for any correspondence exam, it is very easy to pass. You can score even 70 plus or 80 plus. It is very easy. That is where the correspondence exams going on across all the universities. I'm not criticizing. There are a lot of certain universities, they are doing a very good part. But most of the universities, they are not doing this correspondence in in a quality manner. It is very easy to pass. If you take any exam, it is very easy. But this ODL is not like that. It is very standard quality part. Okay. And institutional restructuring, as I said, university, research. When it comes for a university, you can name it as a university. Your institution can be named as a university. In the name, suppose your university will have a research intensive university. If you have PhD program, henceforth MPhil will not be there. And the new education policy, the MPhil, they are going to remove that MPhil. Only UG, PG, and UG there also UG, length of the UG will be there. PG programs also, there is 1 year PG program also is there. I'm going to explain. So if you are having a research center for research in your university, in your college, you can name it as a university. And there are institutions where you don't have a PG program, where you have only UG program, where you can name it as a multidisciplinary university. They call it as an autonomous college, autonomous degree college, AC. They call it as an autonomous degree college. Will refer to a large multidisciplinary university, okay, multidisciplinary institution. You can name it as an autonomous college, okay. If you are not giving research or a PG program, you can name it as a, so as I said, it's a multidisciplinary. Even you can offer them engineering, arts, or a science, okay. So vibrant multidisciplinary communities, like by 2040. So now we are in 2021, right? So it will take another 10 to 15 years time frame. It is not easy to incorporate all the policies in next 5 years. It is highly impossible. They are given a time frame for each and every forming of a university, reframing all the universities into multidisciplinary approach. It will take at least minimum 10 to 15 years. But by 2050, I'm talking about 2050. By 2050, across all India, we are going to having a same pattern. So by even the gross GER, our gross enrollment ratio from schooling to college is very poor. So by 2040, we are going to have a multidisciplinary institution, and by 2030, they are going to increase their larger student enrollment for college education. So they're having when you take that NEP policy, as I said, it runs to 70 to 80 pages. There are a lot of timeline, deadline are given. I've not taken the entire part. I have taken only the key takeaways from that policy. So as I said, open distance learning, ODL, they named as a, instead of correspondence, they named as a open distance learning. And they also preferring to have an online instead of offline. Most of the programs, they are going to have it through online. So it increases our GER, that's gross enrollment ratio. It's a lifelong learning. At any age, you can take this, and either it can be a diploma or a degree. And as I said, it's up to the mark. Definitely the quality will be there with highest quality programs, okay. The standards and quality equivalent to the highest quality programs. So when it comes for a recruitment, certain colleges, certain companies, they don't prefer correspondence education. When they scrutinize their application form, when it comes to any correspondence distance learning, they will not consider. There are a lot of companies where they have a policy not to take people from correspondence education. So likewise, this will help. So when it comes for open distance learning, it has its quality and standard. So definitely it will not a constraint for the people, those who do ODL. I think the corporates also, they will reframe the policy in the near future. And
Thank you very much, sir. Your speech was very informative. Now, I invite Professor Dr. V. Radha ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Management Studies, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Next, my heartfelt thanks to Dr.s.Ganapathy sir, Associate Professor and HOD, Department of Corporate Secretaryship, SCA College of Arts and Science, Chennai, for accepting our invite and gracious occasion. Thank you, sir, for your motivational and inspirational speech. Thank you all the participants. Once again, thank you, one and all. Thank you.